Funny thing is, I'm showing signs of my anxiety while filming this video because I said sorry about my hair about 5 times. I'm shouting at the fucking sun because it won't let me film. I'm getting anxious because the lighting has now changed. This is so ironic. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to VEDA. Today we're on day 8, and I just want to talk about how you might prevent anxiety or panic attacks in exam conditions. I was diagnosed with anxiety at age 15, and so I've been living with this diagnosis for about 3 years now. Even before my diagnosis, I was obviously showing signs, if not more signs, for anxiety, and this diagnosis really helped me put my anxiety in a box kind of thing and help me deal with it a lot better. I'm making this video because I've just been through A-level exams, and let me tell you, when you're watching this, it will be 8 days until I see my results. However, I feel like I have handled my anxiety so much better in this exam period just because I don't know, I just feel like I'm more aware of it, I know what anxiety I have now, I know what to look out for, and I feel like despite what grades I get, I will be proud of myself for managing my anxiety in ways that I didn't before, and in better ways than any other exam that I've ever sat. Before we get into ways that you can prevent your anxiety propping up in exam conditions, we should probably define what anxiety is in the first place. Being educated and, informed about your anxiety really does help with your diagnosis, and it really does help you be able to prevent these anxiety and panic attacks, and I do truly think that a proper diagnosis is a stepping stone in the right direction. So anxiety is defined as a feeling of worry, nervousness or unease about something with an uncertain outcome. What static definitions of anxiety fail to define is that anxiety is a natural flight or fight response that humans experience no matter if they have anxiety or not, which we developed from cavemen when they're going into battle and survival. They either flight or fight. But there is a clear difference between having anxiety and just being anxious for something. When you have a panic disorder like anxiety, it affects your everyday life and you begin to have anxious thoughts about everything that's happening, and it isn't just certain situations, it's your day-to-day life. Things that anxiety can be triggered by are stress, drug use, other medical conditions linking to a lack of oxygen, traumatic and uncertain experiences, just to name a few. Anxiety and panic disorders are such an individual experience that it's really hard to pinpoint just one or two causes. I do this series on my channel called Let's Talk About, where I basically take a topic and condense it into video form that is normally around from 6 to 10, 12 minutes. I am really planning on doing a whole anxiety one, but for this particular video, this video is kind of dependent on the fact that you already have a diagnosis and you already have coping strategies that are in place and that you kind of have lost your way with. As and when I do make that video, it will be in the description of this video, so if you have been directed to this video and it has been made quite a while ago, then please check out the description because that video has probably already been made and you can probably be directed over there. If you are unsure of your, diagnosis, what anxiety you have, what it actually means, what the signs are, I will probably be doing a Let's Talk About, and it's probably already been made since you're seeing this so far in advance. And if you have been redirected to this in another period of history in the future, it probably has already been made, and as and when I do make it, it will be in the description box below, as well as loads of links and resources too. Because there are so many ways of anxiety being started or triggered, it's really hard to pinpoint some definite causes. It's really hard to pinpoint one exact method that's going to work for everybody, but here are some of my ways that I do manage my anxiety in exams. Number 1, when entering an exam, do everything you can to put your brain at ease. For example, one of my fears in exams is that I'm going to run out of ink in my pen and that I'm going to have to not write anymore. Obviously it's totally irrational because the exam board provide the invigilators with pens that you can use if yours run out, but I would hate asking for it. Putting my hand up with all those people staring at you is it's a bit daunting and too much. So to tackle this is I just bring a fucking pencil case full of pens. I'm not even kidding. I will bring the whole of fucking WH Smith with me if I have to. Another one of mine is that I'll have to pee during my exam, and that I will lose time while peeing. This sounds so unhealthy and so irrational, but I will pee before the exam as much as I can. I will drink purposefully to pee, because if I pee loads, I can't pee in the exam because there's physically nothing there. It doesn't matter if you have to bring 100 fucking pens just in case, or if you download a bottle of fucking water beforehand because you want to pee just in case. Do these things that help you at ease, no matter how silly, how extraordinary, how irrational they may be. Do things to put your brain at ease so that the things that you think are gonna happen fucking can't. Number 2 is ask for help. This is easier said than done, but if you really do think that your anxiety is going to affect your performance in an exam, tell someone beforehand, like months in advance. I sat my GCSEs in a private room because they witnessed I was having anxiety about everything, and so my school took it in their stride to be like, right, what is making you anxious? And I was like, it's the formal aspect of exams, it's the room, it's the invigilators walking around like they're in a fucking war zone. So they moved me into my own separate room for my GCSEs, and I did really well. I think I did better than I would have if I was in like a massive exam hall. Obviously there were still panic attacks in there, but I felt like it was easier for me to calm myself down with a bunch of people rather than a whole fucking hall of people. Number 3, if something makes you anxious, avoid it. Avoid it like the fucking Black Plague. I know this is common sense, but a lot of people are troped into doing things that make them anxious because other people are doing them. For example, when I was doing my A-level exams, there was a lot of hashtags flying around, like hashtag AQA sociology, for example. Hashtags on Twitter can be either really helpful to some people, they can feel that they're included in something, they can laugh, they can make jokes. However, me personally, looking at these hashtags before and after my exams make me fucking anxious, and so I have kind of learned to avoid them because even though they're funny and everyone else is talking about them and everyone else is like participating, it makes me anxious, so I'm not going to do it just because everyone else is. Number 4 is going to sound like an innuendo, but bring your ball! Depending on what type of anxiety you have, your coping mechanisms, a stress ball or meditation in an exam could really make or break your answers. This is my stress ball that I take into every exam with me. It's a Wonder Woman one, which me and Callum, my boyfriend, won at an arcade on one of our very first dates, so it also has a memory attached to it that's really good and positive. Some invigilators will try and take it away from you. I had this a lot in exams in GCSE before I was put into my room. If they do ask about it, I'd probably get a note from one of your teachers or your doctor even, just to say, or just even tell them that this is the thing that helps you with your anxiety. This stress ball, I've really found it helpful, and you could try it. If it doesn't work for you, that's absolutely fine. I will link down below some places you can buy a stress ball. I'm not actually sure if you can just go out and buy one, but you can also get those little slinky things that people have when they're trying to stop smoking. But I find that stress balls are kind of less noisy. They do produce this noise. I don't know if you can hear that. It's kind of like just really springy and spongy. They do produce that noise, but I think only you and maybe the person in front or behind you can hear. It's really cool. I love this. And especially if it has one of your favourite things, like mine's Wonder Woman, and I have so many good memories connotated to this, and it just makes me feel really calm. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to. I'm currently taking part in video every day in August, which is what VEDA stands for, and I will be uploading every single day of August. So if you want to see all of my videos in VEDA, then you can hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you found some tips or tricks in your exams next year, or the ones you're sitting very soon, and buy yourself a stress ball even if you aren't anxious, because they're fucking cool. I will see you tomorrow for my next video. 1, 4, 3. Bye!